Adriana, hello. Welcome to the encounter number 13. We almost finished. How are you? How was your day?
Hello, teacher. My day was good. Um, I didn't have to work today because my mom had an appointment this morning, and I accompanied her um, for an ophthalmological examination. And I could lunch at home today and rest part in the afternoon at home and watch TV. It was good for me.
Good for you. Yes, you relax.
Yes.
Oh. I want to talk about education. Yes, this is a topic that we are going to advance. Is that links last class? Suppose that you already see them, and with this we are going to work and we are going to talk. Maybe they and comparing with some other places, this kind of activities. Okay, so time nobody enter on time. We are going to start just you and me, and then we are going to join the others if the other come. Okay, but don't worry. Me, we are going to work you and me. That is okay. We are going to start with some questions. Please give me a second, and I'm going to share with you the questions. Please. Sure. Student, tell me your experience about the university and the school, and what do you think is the best one? Your experience or at the school?
My experience in the school at the university
Student.
as a student. At the school, it was good. I finished 20 years ago. The school was very different than today. I spent the better years in my life at the high school. The teachers were good person, were leaders. We had I had to read a lot. Um, for me was good. I think that exist a lot of subject that we don't use in the real life. And that's why I felt sometimes that I was losing the time. Um, but the experience in general was good. At the university, I studied tourist administrator. It was presential. I studied at night. It was very hard because I had to work and go to the university and study from Monday to Saturday, from Monday to Friday at nights, and Saturdays in the morning. It was hard because the time and teachers. I remember two teachers that didn't understand. For example, if I arrived, I couldn't arrive on time, and sometimes they closed the door. I I couldn't attend the class. It was bad for me for two special teachers, but in general was good. And now I am studying this career online. It's a very different experience because I have to study alone. I I have all the responsibility for my career. I am more mature, and I think this is very important to finish this career. It's hard because I work and I study, but I can manage the time. This is very good for me. Um, this kind of practice of language like this help me to improve my skills, my speaking skills, oral skills. I have the opportunity to write a lot because we have to present many essays in different subjects. Um, and I love to study. In general, the experience are good for me. Were good for me.
Excellent, Adriana. Very good. Very good. Let me tell you something. We are colleagues. It's mean we have the same career. I'm a tourist administrator and I'm teacher also. So we are colleague in both ways. Okay, that is nice. That is very good
Okay, teacher.
to work with someone who has the same experience as me. Excellent. Michael, how are you?
Very well, thank you.
How was your day?
My day was very nice. Um from to Friday, I'm working. Also Saturdays, I'm working in my job in a supermarket. It's almost the same, but it was nice. It's nice. I just came to my home.
Okay, good. Excellent. Michael, today we are going to talk about education. This is the topic that we are going to develop. Adriana was sharing with us um some opinions about the experience that she had with as a student in a university and the school. I would like to know about you. Tell me a little bit about your experience. What both of them? Which one is the best and why? As a student.
About my experience, I just came now. Is about my experiences.
Your experience at the university, at the school as a student.
Okay. I remember that when I was in primary school, to have a very few friends. I am shy since I was a child, and later in the secondary school, I had friends in my life who joined with me at the beginning and were with me till 11th grade. and after that, I finished and I to study in the UNAD, and now it's very different because I have more responsibilities, and less friends than before, and I have to plan to make schedules for using my time, and it's complicated. It's complicated, but I think this career has some benefits, like you are the owner of your studies, your own schedule, your own, and it's a lot of responsibility, I think.
Okay, very good. According with this conversation that we have, we are going to answer the question that I shared with you in the chat. The number one, what are the benefits? Number two, how can learning be made more interesting for students? Four, when you were at the school. And number five, what was or were the subjects that you were good or bad at? Yes. So the same as we were practiced before, you're not going to read the questions. Yeah, you are going to share with us the topic, the information, and the answer of those questions. Giovanni, hello, welcome again to the encounter. How are you?
Hello, teacher. I just arrived to my home because I was working at school. We were a meeting about the discipline, and we finished at 6:05. But I'm here. I'm good.
Very good. This is the most important, Giovanni. Excellent. Thanks for being here, and thanks all of you, because I know that it's really difficult working and studying at the same time. It's so hard. So we are going to answer the questions that you have in your chat. Remember, you're not going to read the question, just answer them. Adriana, we are going to start with you. When you finish, please let us that you finish. And Michael, and finally Giovanni. Let's start, Adriana.
Okay, I think the education gives many possibilities to the people, um, to things, to give opinions, to get a better life, give the opportunity to get a better job, to travel around the world, open their minds. Um, Nowadays, it's important that children are very different than before. Now, children has the possibility to come to speak via to speak online with other people in other cities, countries, to know, to give fast information, good information, bad information. And in the schools, it's important that the teachers uh, gives the teacher give uh, with this practice, materials, didactics, online materials, give to them a good education how to use internet, how to use Facebook, and introduce these tools in the classrooms to teach about these tools. I consider this improve um, the teaching experience and the learning experience too. And when I started, my best subject was chemistry. I liked this subject a lot, and I hate a lot physical education. That's all, teacher. Hello.
Okay, now I suppose I continue. I believe that education has a lot of benefits, which one could be to be in general terms, to be a better person every day, and to learn more about sciences, some educational topics or issues. I think finally the education, one of its greatest purposes is uh, to gain some money working as an educational worker, as a teacher. That's are the benefits of education for me. Uh, I think that learning can be more interesting for students if the improves his own teaching and learn, and the students can learn in new and in novelty ways. The students can learn more more than just reading books or writing in notebooks, I think. I remember that when I was younger in secondary school, I was bad at maths. Maths always has been the most complicated subject for me, and I was very good in Spanish, English, which involve reading and writing. I think this is what I remember now. Thanks.
What is the question? Excuse me, I don't know.
Giovanni, you must answer the questions
Okay, okay.
in the right side of the chat, but not reading the question. Just answer your in your
Okay,
experience.
thank you, my friend. Thank you. Okay, the benefits of the education are maybe that you have to improve your part of your grammar, your skills. For example, your speaking, your listening, your reading. The benefits that people when get an education can improve the knowledge and the thoughts, and he can grow inside and outside for a society, grow for be a better person in the future, and get a better style of life. Uh, I think that more interesting for the students, there is the possibility which you can get materials or resources to enhance uh, the practices or activities that many students do, or many students, when the teachers different way, maybe the results could be so different. That's why uh, students can be more interesting than the other kind of practices like maybe years ago, when the teachers stand in front of them and just teach the class in front of them, to do it with a chalk or maybe a board, and they have to copy, then you have to repeat it. And it is not the solution to change what they have to do. Uh, when I was at school, uh, honestly, I was subject is that I was good, and the other ones I was bad. For example, I like art, but I didn't like in this way the technique draw. When you say draw, you have to draw some technique pictures. I didn't like it. Actually, I didn't like maths too. I don't like the reasoning. The reasoning. Pretty ones were the arts. For example, music. I love music. I love uh, languages. My favorite one obviously was English. I was the best one. I was the started there in this class. So I started to learn my first English words when I was 10 years old. I was in fifth grade. That was a process that I think that the benefits of this process is because I had a good teacher. So when I finished my school, my high school, I come in a, a I say that a student of a university, and I could improve my English there because I think that when you like something and your subject is the way to achieve your goals, and your teacher is your guide, you can get and achieve um, your goals. That's why I start to speak English. That's all. Thank you.
Okay. Your personal information about education. I still love chemistry at the school, but PE was not the best one for her. Michael shared with us something, an idea that I really like, and I about learning experience and theory information. Get the theory or the concept or the definitions from the experience. I agree with you. You were not good in math, and you were good at English and Spanish. Also, Giovanni, about the suggestions for improve or make more interesting the studies at the school. You talk about the materials and resources that are really important for us as a teacher to work with something that we can work with them and they can have in their hands and touch. That is important. I didn't understand, Giovanni, you were good at art or you weren't good at art?
I was what? I love arts, but English and music. I like the pictures or maybe the
Okay,
music.
okay, because I was confused. You love or you didn't. Very good, excellent. Okay, I shared a link. This is a new link because I didn't share with you before. This link is going to give you or send you to a conversation. Yes, it's like for kids or teenagers, but I would like to have with you the opportunity to listen the conversation, and down, if you see down in the page, you have a part where you can click on and see the script, and we are going to practice with that script. I lost. Give me a second. Where is was the script? There isn't the script. Uh, The idea is to practice in pairs the conversation. I'm going to give you 2 minutes because the conversation is so short and simple. And then listen to please the conversation, and then we are going to practice together this one. We are going to do very quick because just is to review the grammar rule about question tag. Okay, so the time is 6:29. Come back at 6:31. Please, let's listen the video. Okay, very good. So we are going to practice the conversation. If you see down, there is a part on little link where say transcript, and you have there the conversation. We are going to practice role play. The idea is according with the video that you saw before, in British Council also, web page was about how to use the question tags and the intonation that we are going to use. Yes, if the intonation is up, it's mean that is a question. But if the question tags is hasn't have intonation or is low, it's mean that it's not a question. It's just affirm that you know something or you agree with something. Um, tell me when you finish, and with this we can start. Don't worry. The transcription, the transcript, Michael, is down below the having the page where say check your grammar, check your grammar, check your grammar. Then you have one link where says very clear, very light color, say uh, worksheets and downloads, and then you have transcript.
Okay, gracias.
Are you ready? Are you ready to start? Okay, very good. We are going to start like this. Giovanni and Michael, read first the conversation. You have three persons in the conversation, so we are going to work all together, the three. So, with Oli, going to be Sophie, and Adriana is gonna be Daisy. Okay? Oli, Michael, Sophie, Giovanni, and Daisy, Adriana. So, if you are ready, please.
No, teacher, I'm not ready. Where is the reading? Where are the? I can't find it. I watched the video, but I don't know.
Chat. I
Giovanni,
posted in the chat.
eh, below the video, after the grammar information, you have three, like a violet or pink color where say check your grammar three times, and then below you have worksheets and downloads, and then you have transcript. If you click on it, you can find it.
Okay, okay.
I posted in the chat. It's the same that is in the chat,
Thank you,
Giovanni.
thank you. I can see it. I can see it.
Thanks, Michael, for your help. Okay, so let's start. So now you know who are you going to be. So let's do it.
Okay. What time is it? Oh, hi, mom. isn't it?
I am Sophie?
Yes.
Oh yes, I suppose it is. Look, Ollie, I've got to ask you a favor.
Slow down, Mom. I'm not awake yet.
It's just that I've got a bit of a problem. I've broken down.
Hang on. You are in a desert in the middle of Australia, aren't you?
It's not exactly a dessert. It- It's called the out.
Mom, it's really dangerous to stuck out there.
It's not so bad, but I need you to find someone in Alice Springs who will come and get me. Tell them that I am about 2 hours away on the Stewart Highway, south of Alice. I can look for information because there's no mobile coverage here and I can't get the internet.
So, how are you phoning me?
I said telephone, of course.
What's going on? Mom isn't in trouble, is she?
Yes.
No, I've got plenty of food and water.
But it must be really hot out there.
Oh, we taught you not to drive in the outback on your own, didn't we?
Listen, you too. I'm absolutely fine. I just need a bit of help with a phone call. These things happen when you travel independently. You can't expect to see the world without a few little problems.
Oh, I can feel the travel versus tourism lecture coming on.
That's enough from you, too. Ollie, there's a telltale number is on the fridge. Give me a call when you've arranged something.
Okay, Mom. I will. Keep cool.
I'll try. Bye, loves, and thanks.
I think she might be getting a bit old for this sort of traveling, don't you?
No, she'll be okay. She's a lot of taller than you or me. I can't imagine her doing anything else. Can you?
Finish.
Okay, good. Thanks. Very well. So what is the idea? With this one, we have to recognize when we are going to use the question tag to affirm our information or when it's a question to the other. Yes, to another person. Remember, if you say don't you, it's because it's a question for the other person. But if I say don't you, it's mean that it's just affirm that I say. And remember, is also the opposite. If the sentence is affirmative, the question tag is negative, and the other side. Yes, vice versa. So now you're going to say sentences and ask questions like a question tag. Very easy, just twice per one of you, two of them. eh, and you're going to ask like this. Adriana, ask to Giovanni. You're going to say something about whatever, the weather, whatever you want to that topic. Finish with the question tag. And because then Giovanni complete the sentences. And then Giovanni do the same with Michael. Michael do the same with Adriana. Two sentences per each one, okay? Let's do it, Adriana. So let's start with Giovanni. Say the sentence, use question tag, and Giovanni answer.
Hi, Giovanni.
Adrian.
Uh, um, uh, um, the day was rainy and cloudy, isn't it?
I feel the same. Maybe because it is cloudy and it's dark.
Um, I couldn't hear you very well.
I feel the same because maybe it was cloudy and dark. That's why it's raining.
In this condition, the traffic is very hard, don't you?
Uh, it's like the weather is changing in this moment because the winter is coming. That's why the sky is dark.
Thank you.
Michael, um, I'm coming today at the party. Aren't you?
Yes, I would like to go. It sounds very interesting for me.
That's right. But I heard that many people there is going to wear white dress. Aren't you?
Actually, I have only a white dress I could wear for this occasion. Nice for today.
Okay, see you.
Adriana, uh, the movie in the cinemas who who is now in the cinemas is sounds very interesting, isn't it?
The movies in the cinema,
In the cinema, the movie,
ah,
the movie which is today in the cinema, it sounds very interesting, isn't it?
yes, it was interesting. It was a horror movie. It was good.
So, would you like to go tomorrow with me to the cinema? Do you think we can have a dinner before? Don't you?
Yes, uh, we have. We can go tomorrow to cinema and dinner.
Yes, the dinner is before the cinema.
Yes, but you pay.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, very good. Excellent. Good invitation. Excellent. That is good. Now we are going to come back to education and we are going to work with the video that I already shared with you through the chat. In this video, you haven't got before. In this video, you are going to see like a new approaches or methodologies that we can use as an education in a learning styles. Yes. So we are going to see the video. We are going to work a little bit about comparing the traditional education to those new methodologies that are appearing to teach any subject. Yes. So please click on the video. Uh, I think it's 3 minutes or something like that. So the time is 6:44 and we are going to come back at 6:47. Let's do it. Ready? Did you finish with the video?
Yes, teacher.
Okay, thanks, Adriana. According to the video, they show some strategies about the places and the learning environment of school. And we are going to compare with the traditional education. Yes, it's not just the place how it is set up, it's also about the form or the methodologies that we use as a teacher and applying in a school or in the group that we are practicing our career. Okay, for this activity you are going to try to use some of the expressions that I already shared in the chat. The method of learning used in is as, or learning is more or less effective because the traditional or the new method is by far the most learning method in use. Letter D, learning traditional or the new ones can be very because letter E, the advantages or disadvantages of learning traditional or the new ones is are because students benefit or don't benefit from since letter G, learning is not only but it's also letter H, I think that traditional or the other one is better or worse than because. And finally, letter I personally believe to be more effective than because. Try to use some vocabulary that you have in the list: conservatory, convenient, identity, uniform, conventional, creative, distraction, discipline, limited, nature, stimulating. Okay, so for this activity, I'm going to give you um, 2 minutes to talk about that, okay, per each one. You're going to have 2 minutes to talk about this topic, and you're going to compare the traditional education to the new methodologies. Try to use the expression, the vocabulary, and so we are going to start. Giovanni first, Adriana second, Michael third. Giovanni, Adriana, Michael. If you 2 minutes, I'm going to stop you and then continue the other person. And if you finish before, just tell us to continue the other person. Okay? So sorry, Giovanni, Adriana, Michael. Let's do it.
The method of learning used in the video is the same as my school I practice because I think that you can watch children over the playground and they are exposed to other kind of methods. For example, when you try to the small one, the kindergarten of children, you can go out to different places at your school and enjoy using different materials to use. Uh, Learning is more interesting than, for example, or this process of learning is more interesting than the process of writing, because in many times you have to explore the kinesthetic part, and you explore that just with the game, and you play with this. And it's less effective because sometimes when you have other kind of method to explain a topic, actually when you work with children, it is so insecure for them when you are trying to explain something that they can't touch or they can imagine or play with that. Uh, for me, it is by far the most important for the role plays or songs, the learning methods in use. That's because they had to interact between them and the classmates. Um, Learning English can be very ingenious because you have to do a strategies that because of the age, because of the level, they can enhance every day and they can enhance when you are explaining something because of natural focus. What I'm talking about natural focus, when you take, for example, some kind of things they use in the daily, in the everyday. For example, fruits, vegetables, and you're teaching colors. They have to touch, they have to wash it, and they are in the medium trying to understand very well with the flashcards or videos. That's why they understand better. Uh, the advantages of learning English in the way of gaming are a lot of them because uh, they can interact with the coworkers, with the classmates, and they can play. And with while they are playing, they are learning too. And the disadvantages, I think that's because if the teacher it doesn't imagine some kind of different strategies or stuff or materials for teaching English, they can be bored or they can become in a board class or in an interesting class. Um, I think that the students don't benefit from maybe they don't have access to different materials, maybe the computers, maybe the PowerPoint, they can interact and explain some kind of points. And I think that it since the technology start to our life from maybe 2000, 2002, the teacher has to prepare about techniques for interact, about techniques for explain better the classes. Learning is good, but it's not only for teaching in front of board, but it is also to explain class and interact with them about different um, activities using materials. And you have to use, for example, posters or cards in role plays. I think that teaching, uh,
Okay, Giovanni, thanks. Sorry for interrupt you, but thanks for that for sharing with us the experience that you have had in that part, okay? Let's continue, Adriana, please.
Okay, I liked a lot of this video. I saw in the video children happy to learn um, through new spaces that allow them share their experiences, and they are free to choose the spaces that help in the construction of the creativity. Not only thinking in learners, thinking in persons too. This concept is transform the society. Um, because they are relaxed and there is no mandatory that you have to learn. In the traditional education, the teacher teach in front of classroom. Students are sit, listen to the teacher. Here, learners has the opportunity to share their knowledge, to build their knowledge with innovation and imagination. Um, then this helps that learning is more effective in this way because um, because the students have created their own methods. Teacher is a guide. Um, I personally believe that this way is more effective and convenient in the learning process. Um, this is a new concept. The generation has changed a lot their the way that think. And here, I personally I don't know a school with this method. personal. But I think in Colombia, it will it's possible that there are schools with this method. Um, I think government has to put this kind of methods in the public school because it's good not only for private schools, it's good for public school um, to give this kind of this opportunity to learn in different way. Thank you,
Okay,
teacher.
okay. I watched the video, and the method of learning used in Finland is very attractive compared to Colombian education used for kids school. I think learning is more effective because the children can learn by using their own experience, using their minds in contact with the reality, with the toys, the kind of furniture and cushions used in that of school or kindergarten. I think learning in Finland is by far the most way the use for stimulating the nature, their own identities, their own imagination than in any other country, as it's seen in the video. I think learning can be more stimulating, and it's because the children can play with their own world. I think the disadvantage of learning in the is that the students can have a lot of distraction, but if the teacher can put them in in the good way, they can have better results. Uh, it's better learning this way for kids before they can have more responsibilities in the future. I personally believe to be more effective than education or restricting education. Students can have more imagination at the beginning of his student career, and then uh, responsibilities, more work, more less free time, and include their own past experience into the new experience using the discipline. But it's very good for kids. It's very good for children, I think. Thanks.
Great. Excellent opinions. This is the idea. We think according our experience also. If we have a good or bad experience from the school or university, this gonna have our uh, repetitions for the students. But as um, Michael said at the end, it's like a mix. You have to have the traditional because the rules and the structure is really important, and more about kids. And then we have to mix with the new methodologies because then we are going to get old to teach to the others. Okay, so excellent, very good. Um, the questions that I'm going to share now, it's about the video that you already see, I suppose. I don't know, the about the guy in Bogota, in which he is in England and is from England, I think. So this is a and but like to uh, improve some knowledge and skills in Bogota in a new kind of school. And this was a video that I shared with you last encounter, but I would like to give you the opportunity to see again that video. And with that video, we can answer the question that I shared with you. Yes, letter A, for example, say according to Paul Martin, what kind of violence have the Colombian people struggled? Letter B, what is the main topic that Mears Ana Lucia talked in the interview? Letter C, what is the La Escuela Busca al Niño for? And D, what was the biggest challenge to that program? And letter E, give your opinion about the video. This is about UNICEF. I hope that I share with you the correct video, but this is about the UNICEF video. And please see the video again and answer the question, and then we are going to share all together the answer. The video is around like a 6 minutes or something like that, but I think we can try just see a little bit apart. I'm gonna give you like a 5 minutes to see the video. The time is 7:04, so we are going to come back at 7:09, 7:10. Okay, let's do it. Okay, guys, did you finish with the video?
Finished.
Guys, ready?
I'm ready.
Okay. Thanks, Michael. Okay, good. So we are going to start the same. You are going to answer the questions that you have there as your brief or your summary about the video. It's a kind of video that sometimes we don't want to see or know, but it's our real life also, yes? And it's some that the difficulties that some kind of people or group of people has to struggle every day, and education is part of it. So Michael, let's start. Remember, don't read the questions, tell me the answer.
With any kind of vocabulary or what? Or it doesn't matter?
Just answer the question that you have
Okay,
there, yes, letter A
okay,
to
okay, okay.
letter E.
Without reading, yes. S- So, Paul Martin say that there are some kinds of violence in Colombia, like the violence in the families, the violence by conflict, the violence by gangs in the neighborhoods, and uh, and the common violence in the streets. That those are the most important kind of violence that the the people have been struggled with. I think Mistress Ana Lucia talked about that this kind of program try to ensure that all the rights of the children can be protected in all kind of ways, and without mattering their social stratum or condition. Um, and the Escuela Busca al Niño is a program who focus on search for children who are not in school and search for the causes for look to their families and try to sure that the children could be protected and could have education. The biggest challenge for that program is the distance between all these kind of people of low social stratum. And I think this video it show us a reality who isn't good, but is the real life of social stratum in Colombia, in any kind of city. In this case, Medellin, but could be any other city in Colombia. Uh, Education is not just for rich people or medium class people. Must be for the poor people, and is good. It's very important for the future. Thanks.
Thanks, Michael. Very good. Giovanni, could you please answer the questions from A to E without reading the questions? Just the answer, please. Giovanni, let's do it.
Okay, teacher. Uh, in Colombia, there are any kind of violence. People struggle. This one, many times, kids have to go to the schools, but they have to watch every day other kind of violence because uh, we have the human beings that we have in this country are replaced by violence that all kids, all many people who are in other kind of structures, they uh, live constantly. The main topic of Ana Lucia talk in the interview was about how the uh, community has to live every day this kind of situation. How the UNICEF are complaining about that because it's the reason that our country changed and it's the reason that the education here is so kind of impossible in in many places. For example, in Medellin, uh, Escuela Busca Niños is for recover all the kids that are working at the streets. For example, the poor, there are little children who are in the video where high kids who live poor than school, and they are doing all kind of activities, working, or maybe they have to watch the everyday situation when the people kill in the neighborhoods or dead every day. And the biggest challenge to the program is try to recover these all kind of children and put them at the schools to get a better education. My opinion about the video, I watched the video, I don't know, maybe 3 months or 6 months ago. And it was interesting because UNICEF had to try to get understand to the people how is the situation here in our country, how can you change it, and how can there are organizations that have to recover all the children that we have in in our country that are so poor, and how can you watch the everyday problematic that people live constantly in their lives. Finish.
Okay, excellent. Very good. Giovanni, the last part I couldn't listen to you very well. I don't know is if because you moved to another place or something, because in the last part I just has like a interfere with something else with some. But let's check it out. We have just 30 minutes more the class, but maybe you can check that part. Adriana, can you please answer the question without reading?
Um, According to the video, I saw Paul Martin talked about the conflict in Colombia that exists an humanitarian crisis that affect the children and their families. That exists violence in family, in school, in the streets. Um, then Ana Lucia talk about the program. Talk about the humanitarian, the quality of education, that the program is focused on the children. The intention is make the children come come back, go back to the school. The program is Escuela Busca el Niño. This is a program that want to work with children that don't have the opportunity to go to the school because different situation, in this case violence or natural disasters. They looking for the families and talk to them to understand the reason by which the children can go to the school. And the intention is that the school go to the children, not the children go to the school. Um, this is a facilities for this kind of people to understand their needs and give the possibility to access to the school. Mm, the challenge in this program is sometimes is not easy that the children go to the school because uh, violence or the real situation in their lives um, don't let this opportunity. For example, in Medellin, there are young people that don't have families. They need money. They have to work in bad things. Sometimes they are abused. They are addicted. They suffer a lot. But the program give education and home sometimes. Um, this program for me about the video, it was hard. It's hard to know that the other people suffer a lot. Most if the people are children. Um, this condition, it won't would be exist here and in any part. The violence is a bad things that affect people, and is sad. But it's good to know that exist people that think in order to bring good opportunities and bring love, um, home, education. Um, it's good to know that exist bad people, but exist good people too. I realized with this video. Thank you.
Thanks, Adriana. Very good. All of you were really good, and I agree. It's so difficult, but it's a real one, and we have to accept that it's a situation that we should, as a teacher, help in any way to help those students or people who cannot able to study or be in a place as easier as the others. Yes. Okay. The last activity that we are going to do today is about a document. I hope you can open. Please click on the long link. Uh, this link is going to give you, going to send you in a document. The document is called Reviews of National Police of Education and Education in Colombia. Okay, you have I'm going to share also, I gave you the pages, yes, because each of you is going to read a little bit by your own the information that you have in that pages. Adriana, could you please read page 144? The title starts with profile. I don't have exactly the name here. Giovanni, please read page 152, where the title says clarifying, and Michael, read the page 155, where say using. Yes, is the profile is about the teacher. 152 is about clarifying some education rules, and 155 is about using um, the assessment as a part of the class. Okay, so it's very short because it's just like a one paragraph or two paragraph. Please read by yourself, and just with us you're going to share the main idea and your short opinion about this topic. Okay, the time is 7:24. First of all, could you open or not?
Yes, teacher.
I could open, but I'm searching the page.
I searching the page too, teacher.
Mine is 155.
Yes, Michael, correct. 155.
Okay, okay,
Giovanni
okay.
152 and Adriana 144. Just read this part. No, don't read all the topic, just the first part on that pages. There is one or two paragraph. Read and share with us the main idea of that part of the topic. Say the title, this part of the topic, and your opinion of that. I'm gonna give you 3 minutes to read that one. The time up is 7:25, so at 7:28 we can start with this last activity.
Tower. 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 Correct. Tower. The word. Correct. Strategy. Somatic. Somatic. Somatic.
Adriana, are you ready?
Word.
Yes, teacher.
Okay, could you please start with your topic? Tell us the title, the main idea, and your opinion.
Oh. Chapter 3, Primary and Lower Secondary Education in Colombia. Eh, this is about the transition in
Sorry, Adriana, your title was not the profile of the current workforce?
oh, sorry, profile of the current workplace. Oh, mm, eh, okay. I have to read or only speak.
Just tell us the main idea and your opinion in 2 minutes.
Okay. Mm, the chapter to talk about the teachers and school leaders that has increased uh, from 2005 were 321 teachers. In 2014 um, are 259,000 teachers. Teachers work in public education, but now it's important to improve in the quality of teaching. The chapter shows a persons between women and men teachers. Then there are 30% of female teachers and only for 54% of men teachers in secondary education.
Adriana, do you understand? It's about the profile now. A teacher we should have and we should improve. What is your opinion about that? Very quick.
Apague la luz, de que no, yo pensé que iba. Apague la luz esa, ¿no?
I understand because it's like a comparison that the education before and now that the degrees of the education, the quality that now the programs are. I understand the quality is poor. I don't understand
Hay que tocárselo ni dejar que le roce nada ahí.
that the teacher that has
Adriana, don't worry. That is
no good. Sorry, teacher.
Giovanni, could you please continue with the topic, clarifying what students should learn? Yeah. Topic, just the main idea and your opinion. Very quick.
Clarifying what students should learn. The principal idea is that mm, the government are investing to that students has to learn in the curriculum, but it was to have the expectations about what are the standards to raise the student performance. The government has to show what in different schools a student has to be clear to the curriculum about each institution and the school system. My point of view is that I think that if we standardize every school in the country, we standardize every part of the curriculum. For example, English, we can talk and we can teach the same language. That's what I think.
Okay, very good. Thanks, Giovanni. And Michael, could you please finish with your part, please? The main idea and your opinion.
Yes, the topic of mine was using assessment to support students' learning and progression. The main idea of this paragraph is that the the assessment practices would be important in all steps of the process of education, not only at the end. And my idea and my opinion about this idea is that an evaluative practices are very important in the middle and the end of the process as summative and diagnostic of problems that the students could have can help them to have and achieve all their full achievements and all the requirements that we have set it at the beginning of the course. And this is my opinion.
Great, very good. Thank you so much, all of you three. Was an interesting topic because it's something that concerns us a lot. So I hope we learn. I learned from you, from your experience, and every day is a new experience for us as a teacher. Thanks for this encounter. I share with you the links for the next encounter, and we almost finished. Remember, encounter 16 is going to be like it's the same, but it's going to be like a exam or oral evaluation. Okay, they are the links for the next encounter. If you don't have any questions, thank you so much and have a wonderful night. Take care.
Thank you, teacher. Bye bye.
Thank you. The same for
Thank
you,
you.
teacher. Bye.
Bye.